Okay, boys and girls, before we get started, I want to make sure you have lesson 7. So this one is closer to 399,000. And then this one we have 840,007. And we are still rounding to that thousands place. So our 1,000 above would be 841,000. And my below would be 840,000. And my middle would be 840,500. And I am right above this point here. So my number is closest to 840,000. Now moving on to the next page. That back a little. A pilot wanted to know about how many, notice this says about how many, kilometers he flew on his last 3 flights. From New York City to London, he flew 5,572 kilometers. From London to Beijing, he flew 8,147 kilometers. And finally on that third flight, he flew 10,996 kilometers. Round each number to the nearest thousand, and then find the sum, so we're adding, of the rounded numbers to estimate how many kilometers the pilot flew. So first we are going to round these numbers to the nearest thousand, and these little squiggly lines mean about how many. Instead of a regular equal sign, if you squiggle them, that's what that means. So that first number, we're rounding to this point, and our 5 tells us we need to go up. So about 6,000 kilometers. Then we're rounding here, and the 1 tells us we need to stay there, so we're 8,000. And then for this one, I'm rounding to the 0, and this 9 is telling us we need to go up, so about 11,000. And then we're going to add all those numbers together. So 6,000 plus 8,000 plus 11,000. And I get 24,000. So he flies about 24,000 kilometers. All right, for number 2, Mrs. Smith's class is learning about healthy eating habits. The students learned that the average child should consume about 1,200 calories each week. Carrie consumed 12,748 calories last week. Tyler consumed 11,702 calories last week. Round to the nearest 1,000 to find who consumed closer to the recommended number of calories. So first I'm going to round my numbers. So I'm going to round 12,748 to the nearest 1,000. And the 7 is telling us we need to go up to 13,000. And then 11,702. We're rounding to the nearest 1,000 again, and this 7 tells us we need to go up to 12,000. So who consumed closer to the recommended number of calories? That is 12,000. So Tyler did. So we will write Tyler. All right. For 2013, 2014 school year, the cost of tuition at Cornell University was $43,000 when rounded to the nearest thousand. What is the greatest possible amount the tuition could be? What is the least amount? So the greatest, I'm going to do over here. We'll split that right down the middle and we'll do least. Okay, so our greatest possible would be 42,999, and our least would be 42,499, rounding to the nearest. Oh, it'd be 43,000. I'm sorry, not 42. All right, next page. Actually, that is the last page.